All right, let's get to some business here, sir. Unifor threatening some strike action maybe next Monday, and we need to be concerned about this.
Yeah, that's the talk. I mean, that's the deadline for a deal to be in place. The union had put that in the timeline here, but it's basically loggerheads between Unifor and GM Canada. The union has said they won't have a deal or do a deal until GM confirms that there will be production in the Oshawa plant post-2019. The company has said they won't confirm any production for the Oshawa plant until a deal is done. So there you have two very differing attitudes on contract negotiations. Jerry Diaz, the head of Unifor, says, look, we've got to have a deal done now. We want confirmed commitment by the automaker to have production, or they're going to go on strike. Midnight deadline next Monday. Again, counting down to that, and no resolution, at least not in the near term. It's going to be very interesting over the next few days to see exactly how that goes. Magna International, meantime, which is the world's largest auto parts maker based right here in the GTA, announcing a big deal with BMW this morning. They're going to be building the 5 Series sedan for BMW, luxury cars. BMWs they're already building some cars for BMW at this point, but Magna says with this contract, they're going to max out the capacity at one of their flagship plants in Austria, so they're looking for production expansion. So that's pretty good news. Should lead to some job creation, not necessarily here in Canada, but in the U.S., Mexico, or China. Depends where they decide to go with that. Restructuring time for the nation's biggest golf specialty retailer. We've seen the downturn, I guess, in demand for maybe a saturation, we'll call it, for the golf industry. Well, lo and behold, that did lead to yesterday the announcement that Golf Town and its parent company, Golfsmith in the United States, would be restructuring. So a scenario there where Golf Town, which is going to be bought out by Fairfax Financial and CI Investments, will be looking to close some of its 55 locations. That's going to lead to layoffs. They're not talking about exactly how many at this point, but it is an ongoing process. We caught wind of the problems in the golf industry earlier this summer when Nike announced that they would no longer be making golf equipment. So that sort of signaled that a change was afoot in that particular sector of the sporting goods industry. And sales of the Apple iPhone 7 officially go on tomorrow, and if you're going to an Apple store or retailer, basically you're not going to be able to get the iPhone immediately unless you pre-ordered it over the course of the past week. They're sold out, Apple says. The jet black version was the first to go, and the others have soon followed. So a very strong sales performance already for the iPhone 7, and the stock price responding accordingly, up by 5% over the course of the week, 5-month high for Apple this morning. Price for oil, Kevin, before we go, down to about 43 and change a barrel. It's been dropping quite steadily over the course of this week, and we have as well the Canadian dollar following suit, down below 76 cents U.S. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, sir.